have been very focused on implementing the Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommendations. We've been very focused on building a new partnership and relationship with Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh, and making sure that we're doing everything we can to honor and respect our cultures, the history of this land, the challenges that have been here for our three local peoples since all the rest of us piled in here as immigrants. We are a city with many, many immigrants, and we have a lot of work to do to not only acknowledge and heal from the challenges, the troubles of the past, but to build this future together. And today, this naming and renaming ceremony is an important next step, a big part of it.
This area has served as a gathering place for hundreds of generations. How appropriate that we are here now as we work towards reconciliation. I'm very pleased to join the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and the City of Vancouver and take part in this important acknowledgement of our shared history and recognize our efforts to walk a new path together.
It was a lot of suffering for our family through the experience of colonization. And so today I'm shaking inside. I feel very uplifted and very hopeful for my children and my grandchildren that the language is starting to come back and take prominence on this land, that it was pushed aside for a little while. And so today, the work of the City of Vancouver through reconciliation, the work of our three nations, it's untying some of that damage, and it's creating something that feels good and positive in my heart.
The way I see it, the next 150 years can look a lot different than the last 150 years. And that's going to be involved with everybody learning more about the history of this land, the people, our culture, and our language. And that maybe a fraction of the changes that Indigenous people have had to go through in order for Canada to exist, a fraction of the changes that we've had to go through, all Canadians will now be invited to also change and grow, so that in 150 years, Canada as we know it today doesn't look like how it looks today. It looks far more Indigenous, it sounds far more Indigenous, and it's a culture and a celebration that we all share together as neighbors in this territory.